Welcome to Off the Boards with Josh and Ryan. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Off the Boards. We're your hosts. I'm Josh. Over there is Ryan. Producer Connor is not with us today, so that means that I get thrown back into the fires of having to be a producer. Not
Rip Connor.
ideal for you, boy.
We're pretty good show. Some of the show stuff is a little bit less today. It's because we don't have our S tier producer. Now we've got Josh. So yeah. But we can move on.
Yeah.
What do you want to get into first, Josh? You want to talk about trades? Trade deadline on Friday. Lots of news there. Want to talk about it?
Well, yeah, I think the best way to start this. I mean, do you want to go through bigger trades first, or do you want to talk about the winners and losers?
Why don't we go through every trade one by one, then we'll have an idea of who won, who lost. The first major trade of the day on the trade deadline, I'm going to say was probably the Mackenzie Weegar deal to Utah Mammoth. Yeah. Wow, wasn't the deadline? Oh, well, we didn't talk about it yet, so we'll talk about it anyway. It's on the board. So Mackenzie Weegar for Olli Mata, Jonathan Castanga, and 3 second rounders. 3 second rounders is quite a lot, all in 2026 from Utah to Calgary. Like, that is quite a lot. Where did Utah get 3 second round picks is my question. But Mackenzie Weegar, looked into this, not having the best year.
No.
So I'm kind of surprised by this.
I've heard that Calgary is trying to put Olli Mata into a leadership spot, kind of like where Blake Coleman is. I mean, Mata is a Stanley Cup champion with Pittsburgh.
So he is technically.
It'll be interesting. All right. I mean, I kind of want to go through a couple here that are somewhat interesting. The Oilers were able to dump Giapaine's contract, unfortunately having to give up a first-round pick alongside that, taking back Colton Dack and Jason Dickinson. Now, I don't mind Dickinson being a part of this deal because he's not having an atrocious. Actually, I lied. 13 points in 47 games, but he did say he knows what his job is, and all he's there is to do his job. He's not there to try to be the next Gretzky. So, I mean, as long as the guy does his job, they should be that trade should be okay. It should probably work out for them. I guess it's all gonna just be a wait and see kind of game. I mean, the next notable one after that was probably
I just want to say quickly that the first the trade to get rid of Mangiapane was a conditional first with the condition it's being top 12 protected in 2027. So
I do not think the Oilers are going to be in the bottom 12 in 27, but
I also think that the 30th pick is not the end of the world, or the 32nd pick, or the 31st, wherever they end up. So it's going to be a late first. So
now let's talk about the trade that people said broke the trade market and why no one wanted to make trades. Brad Treliving, the bell of the ball guy broke records with this one, in my opinion. We traded Nicholas Waugh to Colorado for a conditional first and a conditional fifth. The first is a 27. The condition is it's top 10 protected. And the selection would be the lowest of Colorado's 3 fifth-round picks in 26. Just, to me, good job. Asset management, but also really, really restocking the cupboards on that trade. To get a first and a fifth for a guy who you could have told me we got a second and a third, I would have been like, yeah, it makes sense. But to get that, I mean, I'm satisfied with that.
I mean, this is basically, you got Nick Roy for Mitch Marner's rights, so this is not too bad here. First and a second, or first and third, fifth? First and a fifth for effectively Mitch Marner's rights is not bad. No. I mean, Nick Roy, I'm surprised you got that much for him because he's not having the best year. 20 points, 59 games, never really done anything around 40 point scorer at his peak. And he's 29. He's not really getting any better now, so I'm kind of surprised to see this.
We'll talk about the trade when we get to the top of the list, but I'm just also going to throw this out there. Colorado's GM made this trade. Now Nicholas Waugh is going to be a fourth-round center, or a fourth-line center, so we got a first and a fifth for a fourth-line center, so good job, us.
Yeah, I mean, he could play on the wing or something, do something, maybe, I don't know if he's a penalty kill guy, but clearly if Colorado's giving up a first and a fifth for this guy, they must have some plan for him.
I don't know.
I don't see them sticking him on the fourth line just to say, oh, we have a fourth line center. It's okay. I'm not.
Couple like fast ones here. Michael Bunting to the Stars for a third. That one's pretty okay. Senators pick up Warren Fogle from LA, but then lose David Perron to the Red Wings. That kind of just feels like a replacement deal.
Yep.
Connor Garland gets sent from Vancouver to Columbus, which is crazy to me, but I didn't realize Columbus has been kind of riding a heater lately. I don't know what they're cooking over there, but they got a guy who can play in your top six. I mean, I love Connor Garland. I've had a soft spot for this guy since I watched him play in juniors. So
yeah, I mean, clearly, if you see Josh's jersey, we've got the classic Wildcats jersey on. Big fan of
we're rocking the Wildcats today.
I'll have to wear mine next time. Yeah, Connor Garland's 26 points in 50 games, kind of not as good as he's normally been.
Horrible team. Like he was on the last place team in the league.
Yeah, but you'd still like to see a little bit more from a guy like that, especially when his job is to score points. Doesn't really do much else. But to get him for a second and a third, that's not a bad trade for a Blue Jackets team that could use a little bit of scoring help. So
yeah, the fact that he's
good for
play in
Columbus.
their top six and bolster that team.
They're really trying to make that playoff push. So
Sabres are doing un-Sabre things. Instead of unloading at the deadline, they actually acquired guys. First, they brought in Sam Carrick for the Rangers for a third and a sixth. And then the bigger trade is they brought in Luke Shen and Logan Stanley for Jacob Bryson.
Bryson.
Oh, sorry, Bryce. Sorry.
Bryson.
Isaac Rosen, a second and a fourth. This deal happened because they lost out on Colton Parenko. But I mean, it's not a bad replacement. Instead of getting Parenko, now you get Stanley, who has been good this year on a horrible team, and Luke Shen, who always finds his way into the playoffs. You gotta love this guy. Tenacity, Ryan.
Some real tenacity from the guys, yeah.
Next trade is probably, honestly, one of the biggest trades that happened day before or deadline day. John Carlson to the Ducks for a conditional 26 first and a third-round pick. The condition would be if Anaheim fails to qualify for the 2026 Stanley Cup playoffs, they have the option to retain their 2026 first-round pick and transfer their 2027 to Washington instead. This is a very surprising trade. It honestly seems like Washington did not talk to Ovechkin. They didn't talk to Wilson. They didn't talk to any of their leadership guys about this deal. Because Ovechkin said it was the saddest day in his career. He doesn't know what the future holds for him. He's in the last year of his deal. I don't think he's going to retire. But he could go and sign somewhere else. Do you imagine he puts on an Oilers sweater next year?
Who? Ovechkin?
Yes.
No, I think Ovechkin's done after this year.
I don't think
he's got the record. He's got the record. He's got his cup. He doesn't need much else. He's got his kid to raise. I would not be surprised if this is Ovechkin's last year.
Now, regardless,
and to see John Carlson leave, who's been there with him for over 15 years now.
They've played together.
I can imagine why he's having a rough day.
I mean, I will just throw this out. Yeah. Tom Wilson, regardless of how you feel about him, he was in tears at the podium talking about this deal. I mean, it's a true friend, you know what I mean? Like, you're losing a guy who you played basically your entire career with, and, it's really signals a change, but I still just find it interesting. I mean, you have a guy like Ovi. He's been your captain since, 03 or 04?
Since 05, I think.
But you don't even go to him? You don't go, hey, Ovi, we're going to make this deal. I don't know. That just seems strange to me. That seems like...
I mean, it's tough, but I think this might be one of those things where it wasn't necessarily planned. You're in the war room on trade day just thinking, what are we going to do? Are we going to sell? Are we buying? Do we want to do things for us? And you're looking at the Capitals. Well, you look at the Capitals right now, they're not going to make the playoffs at this rate. The core is aging. It's not surprising that if, say, Anaheim calls them and says, hey, we want John Carlson, we'll give you this, them to say, give us a second, look around and be like, I mean, let's do it. Let's make the move. Let's move forward with a new vision.
Why didn't they unload entirely? Get rid of Wilson, get rid of Ovi. I mean, they're on no move clause, but I don't think Ovi wants to be there anymore. You traded away his best friend.
Ovi's not going to leave. I think
he signs somewhere else this summer. I don't think he retires.
I want to look real quick. Let's not get away from this. I just want to look at their cap space, see who could they have moved if you're the Capitals right now. I mean, Tom
Ovi.
Wilson on a Ovi and Tom Wilson have no move clause. Pierre-Luc Dubois no move clause. I can't imagine
John
any of them
Carlson
are
had a
waiving
no
this.
move clause, Ryan. He waived.
I'm not saying it's impossible, but I'm going to say some of these guys probably didn't want to leave.
I still think that Ovi is going to sign somewhere else, but let's not get caught
don't
up
see
on
it.
this for
He's 40 years old.
He's 40 years
40
old,
years
but he's
old, I
still
know.
serviceable. He's still
Yeah,
great.
but just because you're serviceable doesn't mean you want to keep playing, especially when you have a young kid. You've done everything you want to do.
He wants 1,000 goals. Can't blame a guy.
If he wants 1,000 goals, he'll come back, but I don't think he does, and I think he knows it'll take him probably 2 or 3 more years to do that. And I don't know if he wants to keep playing for 2 or 3 more years. If he could do it next year, sure. But he's 80 goals away now. He's got 20 games left this season.
Yeah, so he scores another goal a game, then he only needs 60, and then he comes in next year and he lights the world on fire, goes to the Cup final with another team, maybe wins, maybe loses, and then he rides off into the sunset.
Josh, you know the last time Alex Ovechkin scored 60 goals in a season?
I believe it was 2018, wasn't it the year they won the Cup?
No, it was 2008.
Oh, 10 years off.
Yeah. That year he didn't even score 50. Actually, he scored 49.
Okay, let's not talk bad about Ovi's goal production. Okay.
No, I just want to ask you one more question about John Carlson. Do you think John Carlson's number gets hoisted to the rafters in Washington?
Oh,
Is he that good?
Absolutely. This is a guy who is crucial to your Cup run. He's been crucial to this team's leadership group for like the last 12 years. I don't think, if anyone out there, I mean, Capitals fans, if you want to chime out in the comments and roast me for it, but I don't think you can say that this guy would. How would you not? Like, I'm not saying every guy who wins a Cup with a team, deserves it, but a guy like this, guy who's been a backbone of your defensive core, your leadership group, helped you to the Cup final, helped you make the playoffs all those years, I think you have to, right? I think Ovi gets it too. Like,
Ovi absolutely gets it. There's no question of Ovi, but I mean, you're looking at like other teams like the Habs that have a ton of retired numbers. It's really hard to get your number retired. The Capitals, 4 numbers retired in their history.
Yeah, they're retiring.
I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think it's crazy to think John Carlson gets his number raised up to the rafters. I think they deserve it. 74 looks like it belongs there.
So I watched Trade Center on Friday. I saw the light drain out of James Duthie's eyes around 1:00. There was I think there was 3 deals up until that point, maybe 4, and they were all like tiny deals. Shout out to Bobby Brink, who was the first guest, or wasn't he like the second guest in the hurdle game that we were playing? Or was he? He was a crazy pull that I had at one point. Anyways, he got traded, kind of a nothing deal. The Boston and Philly made a trade for prospects I've never heard of. Chicago did the right thing, sending Nick Foligno to Minnesota for future considerations. First time in the Foligno boys' careers, they're going to get to play together, and they're going to be able to chase
really the first.
And they're going to be able to chase a Cup together. Minnesota is a fantastic hockey team. I mean, I would have liked to see them do more. We'll talk about that in a second. Corey Perry goes back to Tampa, and I'm just going to say it, scored a goal in his debut last night against the Leafs.
Yep, Corey Perry, anybody whose team he did not play for thinks he's a rat. As a Habs fan who saw him play for our team and loves him, dude is the GOAT. He's awesome.
He is a rat at 40 years old. He's a rat. I don't want to hear it.
He is not a rat to anybody except Bedard's mom. Corey Perry, fantastic glue guy. Really, when he's on your team, you really do appreciate him. And I was happy to have him, especially in that Cup run.
I don't know if you could say that, but all right.
We'll see what the comments say.
Minnesota then made kind of a roster deal, just getting rid of Hinostroza because they had brought in Bobby Brink and Foligno. Then there was a couple nothing trades. Liljegren joins the Capitals to join his best friend Rasmus Sandin, former Leafs. Penguins make a nothing trade. Then we got the first kind of real deal of the day. Braden Shen decides to waive his no-move clause to go to the Islanders from the Blues For Jonathan Drouin, Marcus Gridloff, a conditional 2026 first round pick and a 2026 third round pick. The pick apparently originally belonged to the Colorado Avalanche, the first, and the third belonged to the Devils. So the Blues made this deal, the Islanders made this deal and didn't actually give up any of their own draft assets. They gave up ones that they've been able to collect from other teams, and bring in a guy like Braden Shen, who's now going to play second line center. And I mean, honestly,
how old is Braden Shen?
Braden Shen. He's getting up there. He's not the same Braden Shen that he was 10 years ago, but I mean,
34 years old.
For God's sakes, honestly, Islanders might be a dark horse cup contender this year. Like they have their goalies playing better than any other goalie in the NHL right now. They have a defenseman, rookie, who scored over 20 this year. Like,
Schaefer's insane, but I don't see them contending for a cup. Maybe they win in the first round, but I don't see them moving on. Like, it is.
I'd love to see it. Leafs don't make the playoffs. I'm taking the Island.
I wouldn't mind seeing it if the Habs are out, but I just don't see it. I don't see them having the scoring touch for it. Islanders in recent years have always been a very good defensive, like tight-knit possession hockey team, but in the playoffs, you need guys who can just go out there and put a goal in the net. Like, it is. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So then the clock struck 12, and by 12 I mean deadline time, and I was sitting there, and at this point we had 11 trades all day for 16 players, maybe 10 trades for 16, and I go, holy shit! I'm like, the Leafs did nothing again. Horrible asset management. I sent a long-winded text to Ryan and our buddy Matt about how upset I was. And by the time I sent that text and opened Trade Center back up, Bobby McMahon got traded. And I was like, okay, well, Bobby McMahon, what do we get? We got a 2027 second and a 2026 fourth. Now, am I upset we didn't get more? I mean, a little bit, but the truth is, Leafs have sucked at asset management, and this is a prime example of good asset management. You didn't lose the player for nothing. Bobby McMahon, is he a 20-goal scorer a season? Yes. But here's the other thing. He's 30. He bloomed late. He's not a young prospect who just hit his prime. He's a guy who you're probably going to give $5 million to in the offseason. Someone will. And by the end of the contract, he's probably going to look bloated because the best thing that Bobby McMahon has is his speed. And in an aging player, your speed is the first thing to go. So the Leafs were able to, again, restock the cupboards a little bit more and get more draft picks. Next year, I mean, we're looking pretty good for draft picks now. After that, Ryan Strome got sent from the Ducks to the Flames for 7th. I don't really understand that deal for either of those teams. Just kind of seems like a wild nothing move, unless it was like a salary cap thing maybe. They couldn't get John Carlson under the cap.
It might be a salary cap move. But yeah, it's not much. You did skip over Justin Falk going to the Red Wings, which I think is a very interesting move.
Yeah, my bad. I saw that.
Red Wings picking up a pretty solid defenseman. He's getting a little bit older, but it's not too bad. They did have to give up Justin Hall and a first-round pick.
I mean,
but what I'm seeing from this trade,
that feels right.
For a rental, yeah, it feels about right. I'm pretty sure Justin Falk's a rental at this point.
But still playing 22 minutes a night.
Yeah, and what I see the most out of this, especially looking at these two trades together with Braden Shen deal, I see St. Louis, a team that is not doing too well, has not a lot of prospects. Everybody's
waving the flag.
They're waving the flag. But they brought in a haul, 2 firsts, 2 thirds. They brought in a bunch of
they still have
older guys that can kind of teach.
They still have assets they're going to move this summer. They still got to trade Thomas. They still got to trade Kyrou. Bennington's probably going to get moved. Parenko could go. If you're dismantling the team, you're dismantling the team.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be surprised if Thomas and Kyrou are traded. I think they're good pieces to build around. If you really want to get a lot younger, they were talking about it, but I don't see it being the right move. I just don't see it. There were 2 very young, pretty young players. They're getting a little bit older now, but they're still pretty young. Fantastic stuff. They can do a lot. If you build pieces around them, you could have a team. It is just a matter of, do you think it's too late to build if you're going to build from draft picks like it looks like they're going to have to? If you're building from draft picks, Are you going to be able to build in time for those guys to still be on good deals? I don't know. If you think they're not, sell everything and rebuild from scratch. But that is a scary, scary thing to do as a team. Because once you start building from scratch, it is a lot of years of bad playing, bad teams, bottom of the standings, no hope.
Yeah, Ryan,
You can start
I've been there. You've been
I
there.
I know. And it sucks because you start losing. Not only do you lose players and it's not fun to watch, you start losing culture.
But there's a
Guys
light,
don't know what it
there's
means
a
to win.
light usually at the end of the tunnel on that. You saw
Sometimes
it,
there
you saw
is.
it coming. I saw it coming with the Leafs.
Yeah.
The light does come at the end of the tunnel. Just don't be the Buffalo Sabres and make it take 19 years.
That's the thing. Sometimes you're the Buffalo Sabres. Sometimes you're the Leafs for a long time. Before Matthews was drafted, how much light did you see?
Well, let's see. We made the playoffs in God, I don't want to get roasted here. Like I got
2013?
roasted in the Heatland. No, I was talking about before that. I believe before that the last time we made the playoffs was in 04, but now I got to look because I don't want to get roasted again.
Yeah, like there was a long time there. You had Phil, and we're like, "Oh, we can make playoffs. Oh, we can make playoffs." I mean,
Well, here's
like
the
I
thing.
said,
I remember
we were pretty young.
I remember being a kid and watching the Leafs play. And sometimes, it was frustrating because we come to the we come to the end of the season, or sorry, we'd hit like the deadline, and I'd be like, "Oh, wow, look at this. We might actually make the playoffs because we were in really good position." And then lo and behold, the team would fall apart right after the deadline and we would end up falling out of the playoffs. I think the last time they made it was in 06, 07. Or wait. Yeah, because they're doing this by division, so yeah, it must have been 06, 07.
No, it was 04.
Really?
It was 2013. Before that, it was 04. You did not make it since the lockout. You did not make it until 2013.
We didn't make it with 91 points in 06, 07. We were third in the division.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah. So anyways, yeah, because I remember a lot of these seasons it could have gone either way. But yeah, then we made the playoffs in 2013, and the reason I don't know if I've ever made this joke to Ryan, but I remember at the time I looked at my dad and I said, "You know why we made the playoffs?" And he goes, "Why?" I said, "Because they only had to play one half of the season." I was like, if we would have had to play the full season, we would have fallen apart. And I mean, I'm guessing that Boston game, halfway through the third period or 5 minutes left or whatever it was, that was when the halfway point of the season was because the team imploded on itself. Okay.
Yeah.
I
remember I was watching that game. I just looked at my mom and said, "If the Leafs win this game, I'm going to wear a Leafs jersey to school tomorrow." And they lost, so I didn't have to.
You know what I remember? I remember going to sleep. Leafs were up, I think 3 at the time.
4-1. Okay.
I think it was 3. I go to bed. My dad comes up to say goodnight to me, and he goes, "They just scored another goal." And I went, "Oh!" I'm like, "We're gonna do it."
For what?
So I go to sleep happy. I wake up the next day. I walk downstairs, and I go, "So who are we playing in the second round?" And my dad just looks at me and goes, "I don't want to talk about it." And I go, "Wait, they lost?" And he goes, "I don't want to talk about it." So, I was young. This was back in the days of newspaper. So I went and grabbed the newspaper and I'm looking at the score column and I go, "How did we lose this game?" I'm like, "What do you mean we lost?" I'm like, "How?" It took me probably 4 years to actually go and watch the end of the game to see what actually happened. My dad is still very upset about this. There's only one thing in Leafs history that's upset him more, and it was when Wayne Gretzky high-sticked Doug Gilmour in the face, and Kerry Fraser decided not to call the penalty.
Wasn't a penalty.
I mean, if you think I'm bad, my dad said a lot of really nasty things about Mr. Kerry Fraser, including death threats. So I've never wished death threats on a referee, but my dad has. My dad always said that Wayne Gretzky. I never got to see Wayne play, but my dad said that when what?
Bull. Shit.
I never.
Not
on a referee.
You've never looked.
I don't know their names. There's only one referee in the NHL. I know 2 actually that I know the name of, and one of them's not even there anymore. Tim Peel, because he got caught on hot mic saying he wanted to give a penalty to Nashville early, and Wes McCauley. I've never said I wanted Wes McCauley to die. I love Wes McCauley. I think he's the funniest ref that's ever happened, but. My dad always said that Wayne Gretzky, whenever he took a penalty, would always fight it. He'd be like, I didn't do it. He high stick Doug Gilmour in the face. Doug was bleeding, and Wayne was just like not saying shit because he knew he did it.
Wasn't a penalty.
Shut up, Ryan.
They didn't call it. Wasn't a penalty.
I asked you last night. I said, "Hey Ryan, did you ever see the clip?" And you go, "Yeah." I said, "You saw he was bleeding, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "Ryan, that's a penalty." And you're like, "Yeah, it probably is." Yeah.
I mean, probably is, but it wasn't.
Anyways, back to this. Yeah, so the last time they made it was in 04, whatever, and then we get to 2014. To answer your question, did I see a light at that point that I think we could make the playoffs? Every year I thought we could make the playoffs because we'd start off in great positions, then we'd fall off. After we got caved in the playoffs, I went, okay, well, this really blows. And then the Leafs decided, you know what? It is time. Yep. Trade Phil Kessel. And was I upset? Kind of. I mean, I love Phil Kessel. I might have Phil Kessel memorabilia in here somewhere. But I was like,
yeah, hot dog in your room.
That's a good one. But yeah, so I mean, was I upset? I mean, a little bit, but ultimately I knew that there was some good things coming. And I mean, I played the Chell games back in the day, right? So when the Leafs drafted Nylander, I knew a Nylander could become in those games. I was like, damn, we got a steal here. This kid's going to be electric. To my credit, I was right. Then we got Marner, and I mean, honestly, looking back at that draft, I was really upset that we didn't get Strome. I wanted Strome more than Marner but you know, Arizona kind of ruined my day on that one. But I guess we got the better player in the end of the day, or maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he's a victim of circumstance getting to play with Austin Matthews. But then Leafs win the draft lottery, and hey, all is great. All is great. We get Matthews, and then the light at the end of the tunnel's done because then we signed John Tavares, and it was like, oh, so we're just good now. I was like, I remember the day that happened. I was like, so we're just good now. It's like we can do that. We can be good. I'm like, we're the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're not supposed to be good.
Yeah, and to circle it back, that's the reason I'm hesitant for the Blues to trade guys like Thomas and Kyrou when you really don't want to get into a position where you know you're going to be bad for a number of years. It really does change a franchise, and there can be a light at the tunnel eventually, but eventually it's a wonderful time of day. So we'll see what happens with the Blues. Hopefully they keep going and don't completely blow it up. And
I mean, yeah, but
when
you're in a season like this where you know the draft lottery, right? You know, could go to anyone, but I mean, you kind of like TSN. I watch Trade Center, right? Like I said earlier. They did a simulated draft lottery where they did the ping pong balls. They did quite literally everything that they do in the actual one, and these guys know.
I saw that.
These guys know that because a lot of these guys have been there. They've seen it.
Yeah.
The Leafs won the draft lottery, and you know who we took? Gavin McKenna. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, if the Leafs win the lottery and we draft Gavin McKenna, Matthews is going to score 70 next year, and all is going to be good in Leafland again because we're just going to outscore teams again, and it's going to be great. We're going to get a younger Mitch Marner who doesn't hopefully cry like a little bitch all the time and who doesn't make $11 million a year yet. It's great. All right, so let's get back to the trade talk here because your boy's kind of been on a tangent. So then Vancouver was able to dump two guys, David Camp for a sixth and Lucas Reichel for a sixth. I mean, Vancouver did do some stuff, but they could have done more. The Leafs then were able to get rid of Scott Laughton. Before this trade happened, I had texted the guys and I said, okay, I have the Leafs at a B- right now for the deadline just because of the sheer a lack of trades that have happened and how you probably are going to have a hard time getting assets for guys. I said if they trade Laughton, I'm going to go with an A-. I'm going to stand by that. The Leafs are able to get a conditional 2026 third, and the draft pick will become a second if the Kings make the playoffs. And we don't have Connor here, but I hope the Kings make the playoffs because I want a second-round pick this year. So the Leafs, again, able to restock the draft cupboards a little bit here. Looking pretty good. Now you just got to turn the picks into something, and hopefully the Leafs fall into the bottom 5, don't have to give their pick to Boston, and win the draft lottery. How nice would that be, Ryan? How would you feel if the Leafs won the draft lottery after being bad for 1 year?
1 year? Okay.
Ryan, we made the playoffs for the last 9. It's not even a
Yeah.
joke. You
How-
can't say.
How's that going for you?
Yeah, but Ryan, you can't say that we've been
Josh, you're the
bad.
Minnesota Wild of the 2010s. That's what you are for
Ri-
the 2020s.
Ryan, we're way better than the Wild ever. What are you talking about? The Wild never even.
The Wild.
They never.
No, they made the play.
They never got
They
over
made the playoffs
100.
every year. They never went.
They never got over 100 points, Ryan. We've been a consistent.
Yeah,
team
they never made the
over
third
100
round.
Ryan, we've been a consistent team over 100 for 9 years straight. To say that we haven't been a good team is crazy.
Good teams make further in the playoffs. I don't know.
Good teams make the playoffs, Ryan, and Montreal's track record in the past 10 years is not very evident of that. So
When we make the playoffs, we do well in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
you guys got caved last year by an aging Washington team.
That was last year.
Yeah, okay, it was last year. Yeah, all right.
We're gonna look a lot better this year.
Only other notable trade. Your boy was right. That's right. I was right.
Yep,
I said,
yep,
and I quote
I
last week that Colorado was gonna get Nazem Kadri, and look at me, I was right. Nazem Kadri now going back to Colorado for Victor Olofsson, Max Karen, a conditional 2028 first and a conditional 2027 second round pick. And Calgary retains 20% of My God, that is a lot. 4 years left at 20% retained. So a $7 million deal. What's that put him at? Like 6 something?
Be.
Does that drop to
5.6?
5.6? I mean,
Yep.
Damn. So now the center depth on the Avs is disgusting. Like you have Nathan McKinnon, you have Brock Nelson who's gonna play your second line center. You have Kadri who's gonna center your third line, and then you have...
That's if they lay out the centers that way. I could see somebody moving to wing, like Kadri could move to the wing, or Nelson could move to the wing. And you kind of just load up your top 6 a little bit more. Play Nick Roy on your third and whoever on the fourth. But yeah, it's quite the trade. Victor Olofsson going, and the first and the second is pretty good. Return for the Flames for Kadri getting older. 4 years left in that kind of money really hamstrings the team. So to get rid of him and get good assets for him when you're really looking just to move forward as a team, it's good to see for the Calgary Flames. To see them still making moves, doing things. I think they're in a similar position to the St. Louis Blues. They've got some guys. They're actually tied in the standings right now, the same game played. So they're in the same position. You really need to make trades without completely selling off, because you still want to have guys to give you culture. You still need the guy in the locker room that can tell you, oh yeah, this is where the coffee is. You need that guy that's like, oh yeah, no, this is how this team is played. This is what this franchise does. Like the Habs right now, I'm very happy we still have that guy in Brendan Gallagher, who is the perfect guy for that. Great glue guy. Love Brendan Gallagher to death, and he's been able to usher in the new era while maintaining the standard of old. So I really like having that. So that's kind of the piece you need. You need that one guy, at least one guy, who can say, okay, no, I'm still wearing the A because I've worn an A for 10 years. I know you guys are new. You're new kids on the block. Let me come under my wing and I'll show you the way, and we can make the playoffs again. So I think that's really what you need to do.
I mean, also apologies to the people listening. I am been battling sickness for a week. I keep trying to mute myself. I really am, but I double tap my mute key in the middle of me coughing there. So, I want to move on to the biggest losers and the biggest winners. I'm gonna give my 5 losers, and then Ryan, we can either debate or you can give your 5. Number 1, New York Rangers. Loser. You didn't do anything. You could have done a lot more. Number 2, Carolina Hurricanes. You could have bought someone. Number 3, the Montreal Canadiens. I feel like you guys are like one piece away. You guys could have done something. Number 4, Edmonton Oilers. Same reason. You did nothing. And number 5, Florida Panthers. You're gonna let Sergei walk for nothing? For nothing. That's insane to me. You could have moved Bob. You could have moved anybody. Like, I don't think we can say that Florida, even with Barkov and Tkachuk back at full strength next year, I don't think they're a good team anymore. Like, they're too old. You could dump guys now. You can move a Seth Jones. You can move a Bobrovsky. You could have moved Marchand, for Christ's sake. Like, someone would have taken him. Like, I don't know.
All right. You want me to argue and disagree with you? I will disagree with you on the Habs. you say they're one piece away. I say we have long-term goals, and short-term solutions are not the way to go forward. So to see them hold steadfast, believe in our team, realize we don't need to make moves. I would have liked to see them trade a guy like Line. We don't really need him on our team. There's not really a place for him, like I mentioned last time. But hold on to him, especially in this market where there wasn't a ton of interest in a lot of guys. It was hard to get people to buy, I think. But when they did buy, they sold out for it. So I'm not surprised that Line, who is now really a one-dimensional scoring threat, didn't get moved. And other than that, I'm not surprised. Like you're saying, oh, we need a goalie, we need a goalie, we need a goalie. That's the one piece away. And you're right. But like I said last night to you, and like I just said, a short-term solution to a long-term problem is not what we need. We need a goaltender that can be the goaltender for the next 10 years. And I think that guy is in this. I think we have that guy in Jacob Feller. I think he could be that guy.
I think you could have got Benner for a year.
I don't think Benner's that much of an upgrade over the likes of Montembeault and Dobish. I don't think he is.
I think you're wrong.
I think he's a bit of an upgrade.
He's played on a horrible team. I think if you put an actual semblance of a hockey team in front of this guy, he would perform well. I think Montreal, as much as I dislike the team, is a semblance of a hockey team. They're definitely better than the Blues.
Put that on the board. Semblance of a hockey team. Josh Gauguin.
Put it on my tombstone.
Yeah. I'll change the Habs at least for you.
Oh, okay.
I don't think a short-term solution, especially if we have to give up, given how much pieces were costing this deadline. We didn't see any goalies get moved at least nobody note. So it's hard to say what it would cost, but I have to imagine based off what the forwards and defensemen are going for, it would not have been cheap, and I don't think that's what we need right now. I think we just need to hold the line, believe in our guys, give it time, have faith in the process.
Not every prospect you have can make the team. Eventually, you're gonna either lose the assets to not being able to put them in positions to grow, or you gotta let them go. Like you gotta trade them for something. And if you're gonna you're in a position now where it's almost time, buddy, where you gotta start loading up to make the playoffs every year. Like you have.
We're not there yet.
How?
We're not there yet.
How can you say that?
Because our guys are still young. We're still one of the youngest teams in the NHL. I think we're still the youngest team in the NHL now, Josh.
Ryan.
Like we have many guys.
Win a cup when they're young.
We will. I truly believe we will win a cup while they're young. Give us a little more time. Let these guys grow themselves. Let's not force anything to happen. We have prospects that could come up and they might do something, but they're not valuable enough yet to trade. Give them more time to marinate. Let them do something, and then we will trade them for a good asset if we can't fit them into our roster.
Is Reinbacher even with your guys' team?
Yes, he had a couple injuries his first couple years, so his development definitely took a huge hit. But I think he still does have a path forward to playing on probably our second pair. I don't know if he's not going to be the all-star defenseman that we were hoping. He might play first line, but I don't think there's space for him with Hudson and Dobson. Oof. So he is a guy that could probably get traded, but right now he's not enough of an asset to trade. Teams are looking at him. He's not juicy enough to trade yet. Let's marinate him a little bit, get him onto the second pair, let him play some NHL games, and then we could trade him if we think we don't have room for him.
Any other issue with my losers?
Nothing crazy. I will say another big loser, I think. I'm trying to look at guys that actually made a deal that made a bad deal. There really weren't that many.
I don't think there was any bad deals because there wasn't enough deals that happened.
Yeah, I mean did you say the Canucks, were they on your
They were they were like they are and they aren't because they did make some moves. They got rid of Tyler Myers early.
Yeah, but they effectively brought in just a few late round picks and traded Tyler Myers. So nothing really crazy, and I would have liked to see a lot more from them. Like
I agree.
The best they got was 2 second-round picks. They got a second-rounder for Connor Garland as well. But
trading Quentin Hughes was them waving the white flag, but I think we're going to see a lot of movement this summer. I mean, they need to figure out what they're doing with Pettersson. I don't think anyone's going to want to take an $11 million player who's probably going to be a second-line center on any other team. So you either retain on the guy or you buy him out, because it seems like I'm not saying he's a cancer in every locker room, but at least in yours, it seems like he's been the issue the last few years. So if you want to build culture and you want to try to completely redefine the team, I think he's the first domino that's got to fall here for you to be able to do that. So
Absolutely. I think he's the guy to go.
on to me winners.
Yep.
Number 1, Colorado. Don't really have to explain this that much. Colorado is a good team, and they added some good players to an already stacked roster.
Yep.
Number 2, the St. Louis Blues. As much as they didn't give away some of the guys that they could have traded, the Thompsons, the Kyries, the Benningtons, for the 2 assets that they did move, my God, they got to haul back on those guys. Number 3, the Toronto Maple Leafs. This is kind of me just putting a homer at number 3. They probably could have been number 5, but I'm just gonna say this: asset management. The Leafs traded away all their guys on expiring deals. Would I have liked to see them move OEL? Absolutely, because he's not gonna have the same value he had this year. Our ask was probably too high, but I mean, look, Treliving got a first and a third for Nicholas Waugh. I mean, I can't blame him for wanting a first, a second, and a prospect for OEL. Like, after the first day, he was probably like, shit, this is going to be easy. So, anyways, number 4, Calgary Flames. They did what they needed to do. The only other player they could have really moved was Blake Coleman, and they didn't, but they still could in the offseason. And man, it's hard to say winners here really, because like, other than those 4, I get who do I want to go with for this?
I'll throw one out. I think the Ducks probably are winner.
I was going to go with Sabres, but yeah, I would go
Sabres, also a good team.
We'll go Sabres and Ducks.
Okay.
I would have liked to see the Ducks do more. That's the only thing.
I would have liked to too, but to see them bring in John Carlson, that's a pretty good deal for them. Both them and the Sabres both looking to make playoff pushes and brought in some decent assets from teams that haven't really done much in the playoffs in the last few years. To see them actually try to make a push, I'm happy to see it. I will say, I don't know if your list was numbered. I would say the Flames and the Blues are 1-2 biggest winners of the day. The Blues, I think, are the big winners.
No,
getting 2 first, Falk and Shen.
Colorado is still number 1.
It's hard to say they're number 1 when they gave away their entire future. I mean, 2 firsts, a second, and a third, I believe. But
if you win the cup, it doesn't matter.
Yes, but at this point, their goal, I don't think, is to win a cup. It's to build a dynasty. These moves do help that.
My off-the-boards prediction: Avalanche win the cup this year. Ryan, the show is called Off the Boards. Okay, fine. You want me to give my off-the-boards take of the cup winner this year?
Yeah.
Buffalo Sabres.
I'm not even going to get that response.
19-year
the Colorado
Avalanche
are clearly the cup favorites this year. There's no real question. I think they do win. I think especially with these moves. And 2 cups in, 4 years?
2022 is the last cup win.
Who was 2023 then?
So, wasn't that Vegas?
Was that Vegas year? Okay. So yeah, 2 cups in 5 years. Not quite a dynasty for them. I'd like to see a little bit more. And with these moves, I don't think they compete for another 5. I don't see another 5 years for these guys to compete with the moves like these.
It was Vegas.
So I'm not entirely sure if I am a fan of Colorado's moves, but if it does get you close to another cup, then it gets you close to another cup, and that's all that matters. I think my opinion is they would have won the cup without these moves anyway. So I don't know. But to see the Flames and the St. Louis Blues bring in that much, I mean, 2 firsts for Falk and Shen on top of 2 other thirds and a bunch of other good players they could flip on July 1st. I mean, I'm really a fan of what St. Louis did. And the Flames in the same vein, they brought in a first and 4 seconds over the next 2 years, first in 2028. So it's exactly what you want to see from those types of those teams. So I'm all around. I would have liked a more exciting trade deadline, but I think the teams that made moves did pretty well. I also like Chicago's move, getting Management and a first. That's a great move. Anytime you can bring in a first for a cap dump, fantastic move if you're a bad team. We did it with Sean Monahan for the Habs. We took a first to take his contract, and then flipped him for another first. It was fantastic. So maybe Chicago can do the same thing if Management has a pretty good year.
So moving on from the deadline here, I just want to touch on this quickly. We did get a suspension this week. Director of NHL Department of Non-Player Safety at it again. Evgeny Malkin has been suspended for 5 games for slashing Rasmus Dahlin in the mouth. I'm very surprised that this was 5 games for one reason. This was a phone call hearing. This wasn't an in-person hearing. So I don't know what Malkin told them on the phone. If he just started losing his mind at them or something.
Well, they can do up to 5 games for over the phone hearing, I believe. I believe that's the rule.
Well, probably. I'm just surprised.
It is rare to see that, but seeing the play,
he has a history of being suspended. Not like a terrible history, but this is not the first time he's been suspended.
No, but I think officially on the record, it's not been recent enough for him to be considered a repeat offender.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying he's had a long career. He's done a lot of things. But yeah, he got him pretty good. Like I saw the clip quickly the other day. I'm gonna watch it again real quick. I can't show anyone the clip unfortunately because Oh my god.
Yeah,
I forgot how violent it looked.
Yeah. I'm not surprised it's 5
anyone
games.
that hasn't seen it, Malkin spins, he gets cross-checked behind the net, and then just turns and swings the blade of his stick into Dahlin's face.
Really just chops him. Like,
boom!
It is... I'm not surprised it was 5 games. I'm surprised to see that from Malkin.
So anyone that has...
I know Malkin's never been
He caught him here and then slid down to his neck. Like, he chopped him good.
Yeah, Malkin's never been, like, the most level-headed guy.
No.
Like, I'm not surprised to see him, like, do something a little off, but this was bad.
It was a lot.
Crazy thing is, it's not the worst, most violent thing I've seen in hockey this week. Josh, I don't know if you saw the clip from the BSHL here in New Brunswick in Miramichi.
Oh no, I didn't watch that clip Matt sent. I mean,
but you should have.
I could probably technically that one you
could probably show.
Yeah, how bad is it?
I've never seen security guards have to get involved in a hockey brawl. I'll say that.
It was that bad?
44 should be banned from the league for this one.
I'm trying hold on. I'm trying to sign in here.
You pull up the clip. I'll start talking about it. I don't know what teams is which. The yellow team's in the box. Got a player in the box. He's talking smack to 44 in red. 44 in red just comes over. He's to the guy in the penalty box. Fucking spears him. Just absolutely guts him. Immediately they start brawling. The entire team's there. You get 3 guys in the penalty box. 2 guys beating up 44. Everybody else is grabbing a guy. You get fans holding back some players from on top because they're going too hard.
Where did Matt send
help?
Was it in the main chat?
I don't know. I can send a link. Hold on. It's in the news channel.
That was a Reddit clip.
Yeah. Reddit clip will work. It is violent. It's the kind of thing you expect to see from senior whale shit hockey in New Brunswick.
Senior whale shit hockey in New Brunswick. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah. It is.
Okay, so this went to the wrong window, but this will still work. Okay, I have no idea what happened in this clip, so.
Yeah, this live reaction from Josh. Let's see it.
He speared him.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Get him.
Yeah.
Get his ass. Oh my god. This is like some Ty Domi type shit right here.
Yeah. This is kind of thing like Tiger Williams was doing.
I love Tiger.
Yeah. What a great name, Tiger Williams.
Anyone that's played the NHL games and wondered why there's a celebration of a guy riding his stick, that's why.
Is that Tiger Williams? Is that his move?
Yeah, that was Tiger Williams. He scored a goal.
Really?
He scored a goal in Vancouver and started doing it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He scored a goal in Vancouver. Sorry, it was in Toronto. His first game back in Toronto playing with Vancouver.
Oh, I've got to see that.
Yeah, I would not want to be a referee here.
Huh.
Like, I'm pretty sure there's a referee right here in the penalty box still. Yeah, I see his.
There's a referee in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that clip shows it. Oh, yeah. Here comes the security guard.
Look at this ref's face. Hold on. He's like, I can't tell if he's like, look at him. He's like, help me. This is the security guard.
Yeah, these are the security guards coming in. Just trying to sort it out, get him out of here. Toss him from the game, toss him from the league. That is some Bush League shit, man.
They're not gonna suspend
O'Toole.
They're not gonna kick
feels
these
like the
guys
move.
out of the league. Let's be real.
It'll be suspension at least. I mean,
It's
this is some.
senior Welsh shit hockey, buddy.
Yeah, well, I don't know why this guy thinks he's Shoresy all of a sudden, but you can't be doing this in hockey, man. Not in New Brunswick. Come on, be better. But yeah, we can move on though. What do we have next? We had. You want to talk about the East and West Coast real quick, or do you want to do Leafs corner?
I'll talk about the Leafs real quick. There's not really much to talk about. Leafs, since coming back from the Olympic break, still have yet to win a hockey game. We are I honestly think at this point they're just trying to be dog shit. Like, there's no other reason. Like, we're bad, but like I don't understand how we are this bad all of a sudden. The Leafs currently stand at 27, 26, and 11 with 65 points. And you know what? If they played in the Pacific Division, we'd probably make the playoffs. That's all I'm going to say. Other than that, there's not really much to say. I mean, the Leafs have just been really bad this week. Still bad. Shout out, I guess, to Corey Perry scoring his first goal playing against the Leafs last night. Hate that guy. But yeah, another game. Austin Matthews had 6 shots last night. Couldn't score on any of them, so I can't even complain that he's not shooting the puck enough anymore. It's just not going in. Love being a Leaf fan. All right, Ryan, what do you want to talk about?
Yep. I'll quickly talk about the Habs. Since coming back from the Olympics, 2-3, 2 overtime losses. So 2-1 and 2 really. So not so bad, not so good. We did smoke Washington 6-2, which that felt good. Beat Los Angeles 4-3 last night. Problem is, the last 3 games have been the California road trip. Those games are on too late for me to watch, sadly. Gotta love being an Atlantic hockey fan. East Coast represent. But I would have liked to see more wins. All these losses pretty close. I think we lost the lone regulation loss was 7-5 with an empty netter, so I can't be too mad at that. Overall, we're still in a playoff spot. We're still hunting, so I'm happy. Moving on though to the difference between the East and the West Coast. That was our next topic. Josh, I don't know if you've looked at the standings lately. The Central is doing their thing. You know, Colorado, Dallas, Minnesota, all on top. All would be contenders or leading in the East. But after that, you have the entire Eastern Conference, effectively, and then the Pacific. Leader in the East is Carolina at 86 points. And last is the Bruins at 75 points. So you have like an 11-point gap between first and the last wild card.
Yep.
Meanwhile, you have the Anaheim Ducks at 73 points, 20 points behind Colorado, who is leading the Central. And they're leading the Pacific? Come on now. 67 points is all it takes to make the playoffs in the West. See how Kraken hold that spot. 67 points, 62 games. San Jose Sharks and the Los Angeles Kings and the Predators are all only a game or 2 out. Winnipeg's only like 3 games out. Meanwhile, in the East, you got Columbus, you have the Senators, you have the Flyers, all within like 6 points. The Capitals are even within 6 points. So you have a few teams that can compete and would be playoff teams in the West. So I'm starting to wonder, what's the deal in the West? Is Colorado doing this well because they have a lot of teams to beat up on? They have the St. Louis's, the Calgarys, the Chicagos, the Vancouvers. They can beat up on those teams and get a lot more points? Or is Colorado and Dallas and Minnesota so good that these teams are losing more games because they have to play them more often? Is that the reason? It's certainly interesting. It's one of the nice things about the NHL. Everybody gets to play each other more often. In baseball, hockey, football, you really play within your division more than anything. So to see hockey, where you do play within your division a lot more, but you do play every team at least twice. Seeing these kinds of things where one division is kind of separating themselves so much. I mean, the next best Central team is the Predators at 64 points, 20 points back in Minnesota, I believe. Like that's in Utah. Sorry, Utah is 72 points, 12 points behind Minnesota. But still, insane, just crazy to see. And so when playoffs come, we'll really see what the deal is. Get to the finals, we'll know who's better, East or West? Does iron sharpen iron in the East, or is it just one hero above the rest in the West? Josh, what do you think?
I don't have much to add on there. I mean, we're seeing an interesting shift in the standings. I mean, the West is. I mean, I'd much rather play in the West than the Atlantic, but I mean, I could be saying that for years.
Yeah.
The Atlantic
I
division
mean,
sucks to play in.
yeah, the Atlantic Division is really tough. I mean, 17 points between first and second. That is the closest gap in any division in hockey right now.
Yep.
Like the Leafs are in last in the Atlantic, but they're still not really out of the playoff race. They're only 10 points back. They can make that up in 18 games. That's possible. It's unlikely, but it's not out of the question at this point. Meanwhile, Calgary, 20 or 10 points back. It feels impossible at this point. Especially, I mean, Calgary and St. Louis, they've thrown the towel. As we saw at the deadline. So I think that's really where the break is. Chicago and Vancouver below that even. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes down the stretch. Yeah. Josh, I think we only have about 5 minutes left if you want to get into the games, unless you have anything else.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I got the games pulled up here.
All right, let's see here.
Okay, give me 1 second here.
Yeah.
What?
We are looking at doing some new things for the games. We were hoping to do it this week, but with Connor out, it's tough to do anything new. We're just trying to get by with the resources we have. So next week we're looking to mix things up, try to get some new games in, see what happens.
All right. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can take it.
All right. I want Red Wings Coyotes.
Oh, I don't think this one counts, but I have one.
I got
a funny one.
I want Moncton legend Calvin Pickard.
I was gonna say Datsuk, but I don't think that counts.
I don't think he ever played there, but yeah.
He didn't play a game, but his number was raised to the rafters. That's the thing.
Fair enough. What do you got?
Ooh, Hockey Hall of Famer for the Detroit Red Wings. Give me Red Kelly.
Fair enough.
The most Stanley Cups by a player that did not play for the Montreal Canadiens. Did you know that?
We had red green in the IHL.
Oh man,
that's funny. All right. I guess I'll take Red Wings and Blues. Do I go for the guy that definitely hasn't suited up there yet, but who just got traded there?
I think you have to play a game for it to count.
All right, then fine. I'll take Robbie Fabry.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll take Rangers Blues. Give me Wayne Gretzky.
This guy wants Wayne Gretzky.
Good, funny one. I think I could say Yari Curry as well. I think Yari Curry played for both, didn't he?
I want Keith Yandel.
Keith Yandel, fantastic goal. I just wanted to see the Yari Curry play for the Blues at some point.
Junior legend, Keith Yandel.
Okay. A Coyote with 100-point season.
I'm gonna go with this. Remember how the rule is
I
don't have to have played there?
Oh.
Or we're counting Winnipeg era, because other than that, I have no idea how they get there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that one for you.
Thanks, buddy.
Give me ooh. Blues 100-point season. It's even also tough. I don't think anybody in modern era has done it. Did Bobby Hull do it? Or am I thinking of Brett Hull? Brett Hull. Brett Hull score 100 points? He must have, right?
You want me to put Brett Hull?
Yeah, I'm committing to Brett Hull. We'll see.
He did.
Nice.
This one, I don't know if this hits or not, but we're gonna try it. Give me Jeremy Roenick.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Hey, good job. Nice call.
I didn't think it was gonna clear because it was taking forever. All right.
Okay, give me Hall of Famers. Played for the New York Rangers.
Or had 100 points.
Or had 100 points. Did Panarin cross 100? Oh, never mind.
He's not in the Hall of
Ranger hit
Fame.
100. Yeah, it's a Ranger that hit 100.
Well, I don't know if he has in his career. Actually, he might have.
I think he might have. I done with I did in New York actually. No, let me go Hall of Famer for the Rangers. Give me. There's an easy one with Mark Messier, but I want to do better than that. Give me. That's his name, really. Give me Yari Curry.
Yari Curry, eh?
Yep, he played there.
This was for the Rangers one.
Yeah, I have to assume he was a Hall of Famer, right?
It spells it like this, right? No, 2.
It's A-J-A.
Really?
Yeah, J-A-R-I. Just one I, one R.
Oh, I thought it was UI. He did.
Yeah.
Well, this guy never did this in a Leaf sweater, but he did do it in his career. Let me take Matt's.
Where did Matt score 100 points?
He scored it as a member of the Quebec Nordiques.
Les Nordiques.
Oui, oui.
Okay.
Le Quebec, les Québécois. I was hoping that it would give us like the actual average of all the people, but I guess that's just us.
Yeah.
All right, hurdle.
All right, let's see the silhouette.
I think this is one of the Shen brothers.
Okay.
Which one, Luke or Braden?
Go Luke.
Well, that doesn't help.
Give me Jake Allen. Could be goaltender. Jake Allen's number could be higher. No.
What does
I thought Jake Allen was...
yellow on the team mean?
I think. Is that the right division? Maybe. No.
No. They must have played
plays
for
in the
them
Pacific.
before?
Must be, yeah, something like that. Okay, so he's in the Pacific. Must have played for the Devils. He's is a forward.
He's in the
Yeah.
Pacific.
Yeah, he's not doesn't play for the Winnipeg, so he must be for the. Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, okay, yeah, somewhere in the West, not Canadian.
Give me. Let's try this.
Not okay. Well,
he does play in the Pacific.
There you go.
Still getting in the 29.
Also not Canadian, so we need to.
Also plays center.
Plays center, number less than 34, not Canadian, in the Pacific. Give me Elias Pettersson.
I think he's too old. How does he spell it?
I think he's older than 29.
Which one is he?
Give me the 25 because number 40 is too high of a number. And he'd be young enough. Let's try it.
No, that was the defenseman, not the center.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Still lower than 25 on the number.
He's got to be like 28.
Yeah, he's...
What other Pacific centermen are there that don't play for the... Who else would have played for New Jersey? If we're assuming that's right. Let's really think here a minute.
Well, if that's what that means.
Did Hurdle play for New Jersey? Is that where he came from?
Could you imagine if this is actually... Yeah, he... No, he played for the Sharks.
Yeah, but before that...
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he was a Sharks draft pick, yeah.
Okay.
He's also too old.
Okay.
You're thinking of Timo Meier.
That's, Timo Meier. Where's Timo Meier play?
The Devils.
Who do we have in California that be a centerman?
Oh.
Kopitar is not Canadian, but he didn't. I don't know what the connection is to New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, there's a guy in the Ducks that played for the Devils, I think.
Guy who played for the Devils.
Can you click like the question mark on the top right, see if it'll tell us what the yellow means for the team? Okay, yeah, it did used to play for that team. Okay.
He used to play for the Devils. But he's 28, so I mean, that could have been.
28 centerman.
I mean, we could just pick another team from the Pacific Division and just take a guess.
Yeah. Who wears a jersey? Who's like 28 in the Pacific?
That's a good question.
Sam Steele around that age?
No,
Is he still playing for the Ducks?
Steele is too old and doesn't play for the Ducks anymore.
Savage?
McTavish is 30. Pretty sure, maybe not. Fuck it.
Is there a young guy in Calgary?
We'll try McTavish. Older than 23. Doesn't play for the Ducks. Doesn't play for the Canucks. Doesn't play for the Oilers.
What? Is Mason McTavish? Czech. He's from Switzerland. Why is the
yeah,
country
not,
nation CHE?
I mean, I could just be wrong.
Okay. Yeah, he plays for Team Canada. That's weird. He's born in Switzerland.
I feel like this player is gonna be too old. It's also Canadian, so it can't be this guy. Fuck. Who could it be then? I mean, there's a.
Well, that age range would have been the 2016 draft class, right?
I mean,
so
yeah, it could be, but it could also be like it could be a lot of things, right? So, but it would have had to be a Devils draft pick from around that year, who is no longer with the team.
necessarily a Devils draft.
Wait a minute. Who's the Or no, I'm thinking of Nolan Patrick. Never mind.
Oh.
But yeah, but it would have had to be someone who played for the Devils at some point in their career, who plays center, who's not like a million years old. I mean, I'm just gonna throw another dart at the board here, and hopefully we can get close here. That doesn't help at all. It's not the Kings. God damn. Yeah, we might be screwed here. The only other teams that could be are the Kraken, the Sharks, or the Flames. And we have 2 guesses left.
Must be the Sharks.
I said that, but it can't be Macklin. It can't be Will Smith. It's not Mike Misa.
Oh, they're all way too young. Yep, it's got to be older.
Oh, I don't know.
All right, Josh, I'll be completely honest. I did have to go through some Devils draft picks to see if I could find a guy. Give me Igor Sharangovich.
If this is Sharangovich, I don't know how to spell that, but
Spell Igor. Yegor. Can't be that many Igors in hockey.
which one is it? This one?
Yeah.
Does he even play center?
Yeah. Oh,
Ryan's in his bag, y'all. Ryan was in his bag.
I'm not in my bag. I was looking at Devil's draft picks.
We'll give it to you.
We'll take it.
Well,
If for Igor Saragovich, I'll take it.
I mean, yeah, considering I pulled Simon, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. No, it wasn't Holmberg. Holmstrom. I pulled Holmstrom out of my ass and Bobby Brink, so.
Yeah.
And I pulled Zach Hyman. Wasn't that our first guest last week?
Yeah, and guy that's worse than Denny Healy, as the comments
Right.
rightly flamed before.
Yeah, whatever. To the people in the comments, yeah, we appreciate the engagement, but I will say, we did note, like, for the people who were like, oh, they didn't, like, he did make the playoffs. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we
I know. I knew.
We talked about it.
It was in the clip.
Yeah.
Watch the whole clip.
Yeah. Engagement.
Watch the whole clip. We need the viewership rates.
Yeah, engagement of 30 seconds on our shorts, but I mean, we still appreciate the views either way. So
yeah, we do, guys.
I'm sure that you guys can all hear the Hartford Whalers theme song playing right now, so that means that the show is coming to a close. Ryan would know that if he actually watched our episodes. Producer Connor always throws it in there for us.
Watch Stick Docs.
I watched the whole episode. Alright, so next week we'll be back 1 week closer to the playoffs. We'll really get to see how these trades that people have made have helped their teams or hurt their teams, and what a lot of teams really are going to end up looking like here. Other than that, I mean, I guess we'll probably talk about playoff predictions and stuff, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But we appreciate all the likes, comments, follows on all of our social medias, on TikTok, X, Instagram, YouTube, and Spotify. I don't think I missed one. If I did and you're on that platform, I apologize. But yeah, there'll be more clips posted this week. We appreciate you guys as always. And as always, again, I am Josh. That way is Ryan. And together, we're off the boards. We'll see you next week.